Are you proposing to your prospects too early? So one of the main reasons we don't successfully recruit, that we don't successfully get new customers and team members is because we start prospecting way too early. If you find yourself not gaining any traction with your recruiting, then hang in there, because today we'll be talking about the four insanely simple steps to complete before you marry your prospect. Are you ready? All right then, let's level up. Hi there, I'm Coach Isai, coming at you with more tips, tricks, and advice so that you can get the most out of your network marketing business. So, as you're hopping on, I'd love for you to hit the like or the heart and, drop me a comment and just let me know where you're coming in from, like where you're tuning in from. I always like to know, as you know, I always appreciate to know where this message is reaching out there in the world. So, let's get right into it. So, are you proposing to your prospects too early? What does this mean, right? Like, we're not actually getting married here, you know what I mean? Like, so what are we really talking about? Awesome question. So in the process of prospecting and recruiting, we're always we always want to be creating a relationship with with a prospect. What I've learned from from experience is that one of the main things that trips us up and gets us to not have amazing results is we get too eager and we actually expose the product or the opportunity, the company, way too soon. So first off, let's answer this: is networking, is it really sales or not? So let's think about this, let's think about it real quick. By sponsoring one person, by selling a package to a customer, this is really not the end result. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, essentially what we're really aiming for is, building a distribution network of our products and services. And so it's really important to understand that that the sense of the word, like in the sense of the word, network marketing is not sales. Essentially, are you with me so far? Like, that's why a lot of salespeople who are they get into network marketing for the very first time are sometimes they're not getting the instant results that they're hoping for. And you have to think of it more as about relationship marketing, you know what I mean? Like, really building trust, and also about like the long-term goal of building a distribution network. So I mentioned this because you really need to understand what you're dealing with, what it is you're signed up for when you become a promoter or a distributor, whatever, however you want to refer to it as. So now, although network marketing isn't sales per se in the traditional sense, it is sales in the sense that you really have to know what you're selling at every step of the prospecting process. So there's a whole process. You're going to be extremely successful in creating lots of new customers, lots of new team members once you understand this. So in the prospecting and recruiting process, you have certain steps that can't be ignored. They just can't, and you have to understand that these are separate steps in and of themselves, So the main thing is, if you can focus on going from one step to the other rather than speeding through the process to get a sale, then you'll have much better results if you follow the steps in the right order. Again, don't propose to your prospects too quickly. So don't commit, especially if you don't know them very well. So don't ask them to marry you prior to that. You know what I mean? So let's talk about the different steps in the prospecting process. So the first one is when we create, a relationship. Okay. So this is literally relationship creation. So in this step, what we're trying to do is create trust, respect from our prospect, so that later we can introduce them to our product or service, or even the opportunity. And this is when we like to comment on their posts. This draws them to our page and starts building that trust. So that's the first step, is that building of the relationship. The second step of the process is to actually have a reason why this person may potentially buy your product or service, or even join your business. So you need to understand the dreams, or maybe a pain point, a specific pain point they may have, which could be potentially the main reason why you would be buying they would be buying your products or services or joining your team. Does that make sense? Drop me a thumbs up if it does. Or a head nod emoji or something. Yeah, I gotcha. If this makes sense to you. But anyway, now the third step in the whole process, once you identified their pain points and or their dreams and whatnot, and you've gained their respect and their trust after all of that, the next step, the following step, is the invitation. It's actually inviting someone to take a look at your product. That's all you want to do. You want them to take a look. You invite our prospect to have a look. That's it. At your information. So typically this will be, a website where you have a video presentation that you're pointing them to. And, this is obviously be a third-party tool. They're going to watch, obviously. And, simple, right? And again, this is the third step. You're going to invite them. So let me actually take, excuse me. Let me take actually take a second here and emphasize that you'll have 100 times more results if you use this step in an actual voice conversation. So whether that's face to face or on a voice call, traditional voice call, pick up the phone. So whether that's a Facebook voice call or just a traditional phone call, that's okay. If you can do that with a voice call, or even a face-to-face, this is going to be 100 times more effective. Now, I know for me personally, I rely heavily on the voice clip feature within Facebook Messenger. It essentially has just about the same impact, because ideally, again, the point for them is to hear your voice when you're inviting them. You want them to hear essentially your enthusiasm, your tonality. You have to remember, you want to remember there's a lot of hidden communication, body language, and cues lost in text messages. And that's why, that's basically why voice clips and video chats and actual communication works best. Not to mention that people nowadays find it weird to actually talk on the phone. If it's not business related, they'll have no idea why they need to be on the phone. And you may be thinking, but Isai, this is business. You know what I mean? It is business related. This is my business. Yeah, well, I hear you. I totally hear you. But the reality is that for your prospect, it's not. It's in their eyes, it's not business. So a phone call is just weird. You know what I mean? Now let's move on to the fourth step, and then we'll see how they how they all start to relate. So the next step here, the fourth, is the follow up. I believe the most successful way to follow up is on a three-way call. I mean, that can be a three-way video chat, a three-way phone call, a three-way, just a regular chat, a messenger chat. The reason for the three-way is so that, so you can actually showcase the process, that you've taken your prospect through up until that point of following up. So doing this by showcasing the process, you can essentially create this breakthrough, this aha moment in your prospect's mind, where they start to believe that, hey, they can also do it. They envision themselves, they see themselves being able to do what you've taken them through up to that point. It's that simple. So they lived through it. They hear you go over it again, on the phone with your upline, and then they start believing. They start believing in themselves, like, hey, I got this. Like, this is simple. I can do this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And they can, and they actually start repeating these same steps that very day. Duplication, baby. Like, now, the very last step, and this is a bonus step, actually. The fifth step, I'm just throwing this in there. It just came to me. Is somebody starting and duplicating in their own business. So you can easily create one person duplicating themselves within the first 24 hours in their business. And realistically, that should be your goal. Like, so basically getting that one new customer and, getting that promoter, one new customer and one new team member within the first 24 hours. That's it. These are the 5 steps, I made it 5 now, of recruiting and prospecting. If you really understand that, each step in the prospecting and recruiting process is a step in and of itself, and builds on itself, then you won't be selling the last step before the first step. You follow me? So if you really understand that each step in the prospecting and recruiting process is separate and sequential, then you won't be selling the last step before the first step, which has to happen. You won't be trying to essentially marry your prospect prematurely. Okay, so let's recap again. First, we get to know the prospect, come in contact with them, and sell that trust and respect. You're selling the trust and respect. Next, we're selling the phone call. All we're selling at this point is getting them to commit to a 2-minute phone call, so that we can invite them to watch a video. Essentially, once we've done that on the same phone call, guess what? We're essentially going to sell them a follow-up 3-way phone call or chat, and that's all you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, you're just selling the next step. Does that make sense? Give me a thumbs up if you're getting commitment from your prospect to watch a video and get on a follow-up call. Again, yeah, you're not asking them to actually buy your product. You're not actually asking them to whether they have a certain pain or something that you can fix with your product. You know what I mean? Not yet. Then on the 3-way follow-up, as they sign up in your business, now you're selling them the fact that, hey, guess what? This is also a business opportunity. and they should immediately start, taking action. And when they do, we help them get started. We help them get started with, with their first customer and promoter. And if you look at, at prospecting and recruiting in this step-by-step process, when you're just getting in touch with people for the first time, you're probably not gonna go selling the second step. This is gonna, like, on social media, it'll sound something like, "Hey, I saw you commented on my post and mentioned that you want to lose weight, and here's my link. Give it a look." That's not what we're selling. We've got to go through these 4 steps. You can't jump ahead of one another. It has to be in order. Does this make sense? Does that resonate with you? If we pay close attention to these steps and make sure that, at each step of the process, you're only selling the next step of the process, then you've got it. You're done. That's it. It's one step follows the next until you get them, into your business or not. So, hey, I hope you found value in this. If this resonated with you, please share this with your team. And don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Set to See First. On YouTube, subscribe to my channel. Hit the little bell icon in the upper corner. I can't remember. I should really get that down so that you get notified when I upload videos. If you absolutely love this training, feel free to reach out to me directly. You can message me at the address down in the description. And just know that I check each and every message personally. I look forward to adding as much value to your life as possible. Also, you may not know this, but I also have a home business of my own where I'm constantly looking for sharp individuals such as yourself, who are hungry to make money from home, and even if it's on a part-time basis. If that sounds like you and you're ready to take your life to the next level, if you feel that you deserve more out of life, then feel free to reach out to me. Reach out to me directly. Say, "Hey, Isai, I love what you're doing. I love what you're doing online. I want to roll with you. Let's get started. Let's level up together." You know what I mean? Just drop me a quick line. And hey, it may not be a good fit for you. I don't know. Maybe you're not even open to it at all. That's okay. That's totally cool. No big deal. Just keep tuning in and enjoying the inspiration. Oh, and lastly, click on the link and sign up for your free online recruiting bootcamp and learn how you can take your business online and attract leads into your inbox on a daily basis. So get on the list today, and if for no other reason, sign up to stay up to date, connected, and informed as I update my blog with fresh new content just for you. I'm excited to see your name on my list next. Until the next video, take care now. Bye.